All right. I hope you like that new intro, everybody. Welcome to the Lavalais and Ella Live show, brought to you this evening with your host, Lavalais. My co-host, Ella, is in LA at the Pan-African Film Festival. So I hope she's doing well and will tune in and check us out, give us a holler. But I just want to say, I hope that you guys were able to check a little bit of the new intro and the new banner that we have for the show. We are rolling, and that's all complimentary and all the work of Mr. Zeke Joseph. So behind the scenes, Zeke did all of the preparations for the new banner that you see on the screen. Okay, so welcome everybody to the show this afternoon. I'm going to first want to say hello to everybody and welcome back to the show. Hope you will enjoy the show. I'm going to do is that it now? Am I back on? Huh? Yep, you good. Okay, thanks. Sorry, everybody. I hope you're still with me. Um, Sorry I lost you there for a second. We were trying to, we're doing 2 broadcasts now. We also broadcast on Instagram. So I'll get back to my story and move on. Try to, hopefully we won't have those kinds of problems again. But oh, thank you, Fern. Okay. And Minhaji says she liked the new intro. Thank you very much. That's a shout out to Zeke. Uh, so, um, so let me start over again then if nobody heard what I had to say. So I was just saying that I jumped on a plane, went to Tucson, Arizona, and did some shopping for some stones. And so I wanted to first share that with you before I then in turn show you some of the jewelry that I've been working on during the past 2 weeks. Okay, so first I'm going to start off with a little bit of showing you what's at the gem show. And the gem show is it's not in just one location. It's like all over Tucson. It's like the biggest gem show on the planet. I mean, and so along with it being the biggest gem show on the planet, you also have other things that feed off of that. So so let's begin by showing you some of the things that are at the gem show. And I'm starting off by showing you a strand of amber and this guy was selling this amber. You cannot hear me again, or I'm okay. So this is amber, and it was $800 for this strand of amber. And if you were to go to one of the shows and you buy this strand of amber is almost guaranteed to cost you $1,500 or more. So it's a real bargain to be able to get things like this at the gem show, because they are, on a much lower level than you can buy them when you buy them retail. Okay, great. I'm glad you can hear me now. So let's go go on. Um, so and you can see these are cabochons that are in a lot of different cabochons that you could just purchase. These are already tumble, polished, shaped, and you can just purchase them. These are less expensive cabochons. Some sell for $5, some sell for $10, and it's the quality of the cabochon that makes it to be able to make it less expensive. It's not the true stone. It's a good representation, but it's not really the best. So these guys you can buy these stones for very cheaply, like I said, for $5 and $10, $20 for a cabochon. Okay, so go ahead on, see some more cabochon pictures, I think. Yeah, and you can see that there's just tons of stones and beads. Let's keep going. And there's also artifacts, like people sell other things other than, and this guy, he creates these metal things, metal sculptures that he was selling. Let's keep going. So, and this is like amethyst that's in a crate. You can see how big and how tall it is. I'm sorry you can't see how purple it is, but it's really pretty purple. Okay. Here are some of the bigger pieces. Go on. See? Oh, okay. This is outside of one of the shows that's called Jogs. It's in a convention center. There's another show that's the GWL. There's another show. There's just so many different gem shows that have, and they're put on in the parking lots inside of buildings, and all the vendors have all of their stones and all kinds of artifacts that are out. Keep going. So some more. These are just raw stones, raw emeralds, citrine, rubies, and aquamarine. And you usually buy these particular stones by carat. They sell them by carats. So when it's rough like this, it's a little cheaper because you still have to polish it up. Okay. All right. So I'm having problems with my sound. Everybody can hear me now? Just give me a thumbs up, like Manhattan. That's fine. I hope you can hear me. And here's like something really big, piece of rose quartz that's cut into a seat. So it's there's some incredible size stones that people carve into. Keep going. You can see there's even larger stones that they take out of the mountains and the mines. Keep going. That's all crystal, smoky quartz. It's one little big piece. Keep going. And this is another venue that there's just more stones. I actually bought a piece of aquamarine, not a piece of tourmaline from this particular location over here. It's really black, pretty. I forgot to show it tonight, but I'll show you. Let's keep going. And this is over in the African marketplace where the Africans have a section all to themselves. They come every year and they bring all the beads, and some of the artists come from I can't remember, Mozambique or some place like that, or Botswana, or they bring their art, and they set up out there for about anywhere from 10 to 12 days. I think that show lasts from the end of January to probably the 11th of January, and they're out there in the tents, and I know most of them because I've been with them, but so every year I go by and see them when I'm when I'm at the gym show. Let me say that. Keep going, or is that it? Yeah, okay. So here's another. You can see some more things. Also, my friend Aziz was out there this year. Some of the other people I know were there. Okay, I think that's it with the with what was going on at the gym show. Now I want to take a minute to show you some of the stones that I got at the gym show that I'm going to highlight this afternoon. Like this one, you can see it's really aquamarine blue and some little calcite white, but it's a blue, very, very blue stone, and it comes from Brazil. So you can see how when you put some water on there, you can see the real true stone and what it's going to polish up to be. So I've actually cut a piece of this stone since I've got back, and I'll have a piece of jewelry from it in the show. And my second piece here is it's very light. You see it in the reflection. It's very light, but I'm gonna see if I can get some of the water on it and maybe show you some of the blue that's in it. This is a piece of Laramar. I'm having problems with being able to show you that because it doesn't, because of the lights and the reflection. But it's a real pretty blue, aqua blue. It's Laramar from Dominican Republic. Here's another stone that I got. This was my prize. This was what I went looking for. I had to find this stone, and it was very difficult to find this stone. I finally found a guy who had the stone, and the stones on the first day that I was there, when I made it to his place and found the stone. This is called Sonoran Sunrise. It has greens and reds and blacks in it, so I really like this stone. So he had two of them out, and the two that were out were like probably 30 pounds a piece, and they were selling for $60 a pound. So it was like, so I asked him if he had maybe some smaller pieces, and he said, yeah. He said, I have them tomorrow, come back. And so the next day I went back, and the guy had he had a whole truckload of this particular stone. But he was the only one who had this stone. There was nobody else in the area that I saw that had this particular stone. And again, like I said, it's called Sonoran Sunrise. It has reds and greens and blacks. I don't know if we can see that in there. Yeah, there we go. You see greens and reds, blacks. So when I cut it and polish it, it'll make a really pretty piece of jewelry. All right, and I'm sure one or two more. This one. This one was kind of strange to me. It's like that bumblebee jasper. It's Indonesian Indonesian jasper, which is really just basically bumblebee jasper. But this one is it's got a lot of orange in it. You know, you can see it's very orangey, and the orange, the orange you have to really be careful of, because you have to really polish it off, because it has arsenic in it, which is why it has that orange color. You know, but once you polish the stone and cut the stone and polish it, it's no longer a chemical that can bother you. So it's not hazardous. All right, my friend Ether, how are you? And I'm going to show you a couple more stones here. I have a piece of chrysoprase, which is sort of a green-blue stone. You can see. See, and I've learned quite a bit about going. You know, I buy this size stone usually, because I'm thinking, well, you know, I'll cut 1 or 2 pieces of stone from that, and so I finally got into buying the bigger stone, which was really more like this, and size-wise, I could get more cuts out of it. You know, it's a lot easier to, but my problem was, you know, I had to put all this stuff in my suitcase to bring it home. So I was really concerned about the size of things, and that was one of the reasons that I was trying to pick small stuff, you know. And the guy was selling, here's a piece of lapis, and it's really a pretty blue piece of lapis, and this was $50 for a kilogram, and that's yeah, that's what it was. It's $50, and the guy said it was half price. It went $25 for the kilogram, so that was a real good buy with the lapis. And last, I have the piece of charoite that's already been polished on one side, but it's nice and thick, so you can cut it up and make quite a few different pieces of it. It has gray and black in it. So those are some of the stones that I purchased, and one other little piece that I found that was a really pretty gem, you see, which is this little scarab, and it's turquoise. So I'm going to make something really pretty out of that. It's I think it's probably Egyptian turquoise. So that's probably what I'll make. I'll make something really pretty out of that. So I'm looking forward to that. It was a pretty costly little piece anyway, so it's gonna be a little expensive. But I had a great time finding stones and looking for stones, and I look forward to going back next year and doing the show over again, and maybe go to a different location that I haven't gone to over and over again, because it's an adventure. And you know, if you really are into minerals and stones or healing or anything like that, it's a great opportunity to go. And you don't have to be a dealer or a wholesaler. There are quite a few shows that are wholesale only, that you can only get in if you're a business. But there are quite a great number of shows that you can just walk in and buy whatever you want to buy, because there's vendors from all over the world. And when they come to the show, you know, if you come from the show from Ethiopia and you're selling opals, you know, there's also probably 50 other Ethiopians there selling opals. So, you know, it's you can kind of see that there's a lot to see, a lot to do, and a lot of advantages in going there. I also bought leather because I've been experimenting with one of my new things that I'm going to show you in a minute too. So let me go ahead on and show you some of the new things that I'm going to do. And if you have any questions about the gem show, you can, you know, let me know. All right. So let me bring up my first thing. No, there was one before that, I think. See, do we have it? Yeah, that one right there. Okay. This is belts and buckles. These are some belts that I have a nephew that's in prison in Angola, and he's become a craftsman, and he's become a leather craftsman because he's been sentenced a long time, and he's been making these leather projects and leather things. And so I asked him if he would make me some leather belts with Adinkra symbols on them, Adinkra symbols and Kemetic symbols. And so I sent him the pictures, you know, some black and white pictures of the Adinkra symbols and the Kemetic symbols. Now, his ingenuity was really is at play here in making these belts, because he had to figure out how he was going to make a stamp to be able to put these symbols together. And I was intrigued because when I talked to him on the phone and I asked him, I said, well, hey, how do you get the stamp that you use to, you know, to put on the belt? And he said, oh, I go to the hobby shop and I get a piece of plastic and I carved it out. And so that's how I'm able to, you know, do a press with the stamp. And I was blown away. I was like, okay, cool. You know, because, so I got some belts from him, and I'm going to be selling these belts. Number one, BAM number one. Let's look at it. Okay, here's BAM number one, and it's the Janame. It's a real nice, heavy leather. You can see it's pretty thick. I mean, so the belt's gonna last a lifetime. It has the symbols on it, and this one has Janame's and ram's horn symbols on it. So when I made a buckle, that's the Janame buckle, and it's in brass with sterling silver. You know, let me back it up. Yeah, it's in brass with a sterling silver Janame, and you can see the back. So these are going to sell. I'm selling them on the show at $100. In my booth, I will be selling them for $125, and all my proceeds from these are going to go to him. So again, this one is the Janame BAM number one. Again, I have them in different sizes and in different symbols. BAM number two. This one is the Dawafe. So, okay. So this one is the Dawafe, which is the very feminine symbol, and I also made a buckle for it. So you can buy the belt without the buckle if you want, but you know, you can buy the belt and the buckle and wear it on your jeans, because you know it's got all those beautiful symbols on it. This one just has Duafes. All right, that's BAM number two, and BAM number three. Here is the Ankh, and the Ankh belt has the Ankh symbol, and it's got the beetle on it. Let me turn it that way. It's got the beetle on it. It's got the Eye of Ra on it. Got the Ankh on it. So all of these symbols are on. Okay. And again, same price, $100 today on the show if you decide to buy it on the show. It's going to be $125 in the booth this summer. All right, so those are the first things that I worked on here. Now, BAM number four, this is a set. It's a bracelet and ring. This is the black cowrie, and it's black cowrie with a ruby, not a ruby, I'm sorry. It's quartz, and it is rose quartz. That's what it is. So that's BAM number 4. And the bracelet is 150 and the ring is 125. Okay, so these are black cowries. And like I said, this one has black cowries and quartz, rose quartz. Okay, so BAM number 4. All right, now BAM number 5. I've been adding the leather to the bracelet that I make with the bamboo. And I also came up with an easier way to open and close this particular bracelet, because that's always the thing that gets you the most trouble, is putting it on. So the ease of being able to open it and close it is it's a very necessary thing. So I made a different kind of pin clasp that just goes down in there and keeps everything together. So it's really easy, and the comfort of it now is that, comfort inside is that it's leather, so it's not the bamboo that's going to be rubbing against your skin, but it's the nice soft leather. So I have it on this one because this one's big. This one's kind of small with the fleur de lis on it. Getting ready for Jazz Fest, so fleur de lis, fleur de lis, fleur de lis. All right, so and these are $85. And you can have them with the Adinkra symbols on them. I do have it with the Adinkra symbols or with Kemetic symbols like I have on right now. The one I have on has the Ankh on it. All right, BAM number 6. This is also something that I've redesigned. I've redesigned this particular piece now that I'm doing a lot of 3D printing and casting. This was something that I fabricated before, and so finally I decided that the last one, yes, you can have it in a little wrist size with the Aya symbols on it, if you'd like to have that. But it's a very comfortable bracelet now. It's like I said, that leather just made it, just feels good on your wrist. But it's big and, big and powerful and strong. And that's what I like about my jewelry. But this one is, like I said, I've worked out all the kinks because I've had it for some time, and I figured out how to make it, how to reproduce the pieces with my 3D printer and then cast them into bronze, which is what I've done. This is brass and bamboo, and this is a bracelet, of course, and it's it also has my little easy connector on here. Okay, where you just pop it in and it goes right in. Okay, and this one sells for $95. Right, it's brass and bamboo, and also the bamboo has been epoxied, so that you can't you won't have to dirty it up. If you get something on it, you can just wash it and clean it up, because it's all washable and cleanable. Okay, so that's BAM number 6. All right, let's move on. BAM number 7. Okay, this is someone has asked me to create a bangle for them. I don't normally do bangles, but I've created these Janame bangle. So this is BAM number 7, and this one sells for $100. It's sterling silver. Okay, has little janamis on the end. And it could be a, you know, I guess a different wrist size. I make this so anytime, whatever it is that I make, it's always available to you in your size. Or I will try very hard to make it or recreate it for you in that size. All right, so that's BAM number 7, and show special is $100. BAM, and I said 95. Did I say 95? I'm getting confused, I should. Okay, sorry about that. Yes, I did. I did once upon a time and still will do. I use a laser now though, Fern, if I wanted to burn the Adinkra symbols in. I used to do them with, I would make a mask so that I could burn them, but you know, now I've got a laser so I can laser print them into the bamboo. And I've done some things without it. I'm sure you must have missed them. But this is BAM number 8, and it's some of that Larimar that I showed you, that very stone that was really white. It comes from the Dominican Republic. It's the only place in the world that it's found. So I have to ask myself, if that's the only place that it's found, how much of it do you have? Is there enough to just keep mining it and mining it and mining it? And that's one of the things that make some stones very, very special, is that, you know, there's only going to be so many of them, so much of it that, you know, especially things like Gaspiite, which is a very green stone, and I really love this stone. But the stone itself is just costly as hell. You know, I saw a piece at the gem show, and the guy wanted $4,000 for it, and it was, I mean, it was probably 2 inches long. I was like, what? Okay. I'll have to leave that one alone. I can't deal with that one. But it's a really beautiful green stone, but it's mined near nickel, so it's very rare. You can't really get it. As was the Sonora Sunrise. It's like only found in Mexico in one place, and you know, so only so many people can have access to it. So that's what makes it a very special stone and a very costly stone. All right, so in this stone is, like I said, from the Dominican Republic, and it's the only place it comes from. And it has a quality to it that goes from like a very almost whitish white to a blue, like this blue that you see on the screen right now. Some of the more better blues of that particular stone. You know, that's what you're looking for. All right. So BAM number 8 is going to be $125. BAM number 9. This is also Larimar, and it's priced at the same thing. It has like a little heart shape, basically. And these are stones that I shaped and polished and made into rings. You know, this is from stones that I got in Tucson right now. So, BAM number 10. And you can see that this one has some of the white and some of the blue. It's like a crosshatch. BAM number 10, it's a nice size. It's $140. And these can be sized to whatever size you want them to be. I usually make a ring about an 8 or a 9, you know, depending on the size of the stone that I end up with. And so this stone was, you know, started out with a real big stone, but you know, there's inclusions, there's cracks, there's a whole bunch of things that happen along the way, and you can always, you know, so you shape the stone to where the stone allows you to shape it to. And different stones have different, you know, compositions, so they're harder and firmer, so you can shape them differently. And this is BAM number 10, and again, it's Larimar. All right, Dominican Republic, Larimar. Now this one is that orange stone that I showed you earlier, that big old piece of stone. This is a piece from it, you know. And again, like I said, it's got that orange, it's got that black. I really like that it has that black and orange in it, and which is like a vein that runs into the stone, you know, from one side to the other side, you know. So it's going to be really pretty to cut this and make this into some gemstones. So, and again, that's Indonesian stone, band number 12. Okay, this is that blue stone, and this one is from Chile. They were calling it, they called it a Chile blue stone. So there's a blue stone from Chile. So that's it. But it has this really vibrant blue in it. You can almost see it in the one on the right a little bit. But if I have it in front of me somewhere, you see we can see a little bit of it there. You know how blue it is, but it has blue, it has white, it has some green in it, you know, aquamarine. You know, it's like rivers that's like flowing all the way through the stone. So it's a very pretty stone, and it's also was a very expensive stone. I wanted quite a bit for a kilogram, which is most people were selling them by kilograms. But again, like I said, it depends on what stone you buy. Some stones about a carat, some stones about a gram, you know, some stones about a pound. So, and you have different options, and a lot of different options. This is really band number 12, I think. Must have lost the one or the two, but it's the blue stone from Chile. I sure do enjoy going to Tucson. It's one of my favorite things to do. I burned myself out this particular time, though, because I just kept going. I didn't want to stop until it was really late in the day, and so I kept moving, kept doing things, and you know, I knew that the next day I wanted to go back. So I was there for 2.5 days, and but after 2 days, I was really burned out. Third day, I just couldn't do anything. I'll just go to the airport and try to get out. I really tried to get out on an early flight to see if I could do standby. But there were so many people going that I ended up basically going at the same time than I would have otherwise. But it's an experience that you will never forget in your life. You know, if you see some of these stones, or what people have done to them. You know, it's just unbelievable. And like I said, it's all over Tucson. And Tucson's a very, very friendly place. I like it. They're really friendly people. So I enjoyed myself. I think that was it for my no, I have one more, which is the lapis. So the other one was number 11, and this was in number 12. That's what happened. And the lapis is also from, from the stone. You cut it, you shape it, you polish it, and then you make a piece of jewelry with it. And this is a big ring, probably about a 10 and a half, and I think it sells for $150. It's a pretty nice size stone in lapis, and I've bought quite a bit of lapis, so I'm going to be making quite a bit of lapis things, or hopefully I will get to make quite a bit of lapis things. Don't wait to get there in your next life. Get there in this life. Believe me, it's really worth it. It's not only for Oh, Afghanistan. Oh, well, you don't have to go to Afghanistan. There were plenty of Afghanis that were at the gym show. That's the thing about going to the gym show in Tucson. It's the biggest gym show on the planet. Like I said, there's people from everywhere that you can imagine. That there are stones anywhere that there's some kind of mineral or stone, then there's somebody at the gym show trying to sell that particular stone or mineral. And there's more than one person because usually mountains are, they don't belong, they belong to the country or whatever. It's not usually somebody that owns that particular land, but what other than if it's claimed as a mine. Like in Arizona, you can actually go and that you can get a permit to go out into the desert and really search for stones and rocks. You can have a plot that you can, decide where you want to hang out for a while. I found out that the lapis is from Afghanistan. That's true. That's where this lapis is from. The guy was Afghani. So, yes, that's where this lapis is from. I also, because I'm scared now. It seems like they infuse stones with color, especially even with the lapis. There was some lapis that was just so blue. I mean, it was unbelievably blue, and I just couldn't believe that you could get that kind of color, out of the stone. But then again, you don't know, if it's infused or not infused with something, because if it polishes up and doesn't come off, and it doesn't have any color added to it. So I hope you enjoyed my presentation today of my rocks and stones that I will be trying to cut and shape and do things with. If you're interested in having a piece of jewelry, that's a personal piece of jewelry made from one of these rocks and stones. I do that. I do. That's why I buy them. I don't, but I try and work something out with you if you're interested in having, a certain stone. Okay, because all the stones have magical powers anyway. All right. So I hope you enjoyed the show, and I'm gonna say good night now. I want to say good night to all of you that tuned into the show this afternoon, and I hope Ella's back with me next week. I won't say for certain because I know she will be getting back from LA, so we'll see. And if you know of an artist, or if any of you artists are looking right now and you would like to be on the show, you can contact me. I'm Bamboozle at AOL, or you can reach me by phone, 318-730-6142. You can find me through any of these sources. There's Instagram, there's my website, there's the Black Artist Marketplace, the email address. So you can reach out to me on the phone if you're interested in anything, or if you're interested in being on the show and, displaying some of your work. Please give me a call. If you want to just talk about something that you find that you think is interesting, let me know. So, all right, and I will be seeing you soon after. I hope you're in New Orleans for March for the Congo Rhythms Festival down at Congo Square. I hope I'm into that. If not, I'll see you at Jazz Fest for sure. So I know you volunteer, so I look forward to seeing you. And I hope you had a great Mardi Gras. You probably were in town for the Mardi Gras. Probably still in town for Mardi Gras. And it was a beautiful picture of you and Sister Jamila and Hati. And I enjoyed seeing all of you guys in one of the photos that you put out earlier. All right. So good night to my friend Fern in LA. Hope you had a good time at the Pan African Film Festival. Don't know if you, I know you went one day, so I hope you're going back. Uh, if not, is there anyone? So, Dan, thank you, Miss Matt, for joining us. Where are you from? If you can, this is your first time on the show? And earlier I saw that there was Miss Sanchez was on the show. So anyway, I'll say good night and hope to see you next week. And hope to have some new things for you. And if you're interested in anything I showed you tonight, please, you can get in touch with me, you know, or like I say, Bamboozle AOL or bamboozlejewelry.com. All right? Okay. Atlanta. All right. Well, good night to you and enjoy it all. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Thank you.